What's going on, everybody? This is a segment from the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. If you like podcasts, well, why don't you come join us as the crew gets silly and Philly while we sit to talk about the latest in comics, games, movies, and all things pop culture. You guys can listen to our whole show on all the podcasts apps. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. And make sure you guys also support the channel by subscribing to the Nerd Coalition Studios. And for the gaming needs, make sure you subscribe to Nerd Coalition Level Up. This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. Alright, so look. Quattro had to leave. Alright, and I do apologize for those that are watching. Like, usually I try to have a video right now, but I'm having problems with my camera. But I got the person who matters here, and that's Lady Sketch. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all already know how I feel about hip hop. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing again. I already talked about the power concert and all that stuff like that. But on July 4th, I felt something was happening. I felt it, and I was like, "This ain't just barbecues and hot dogs and all this shit like that." I said, "I felt something was happening." I want you to tell people right now. Did not tell you, ladies. I said, "Dear, when is Kendrick dropping this video?"
You sure did.
Because I said
that morning, he was like, "When you gonna drop that Not Like Us video?" Because
I was on. I was like, "Yo, I'm waiting for that video." I seen them doing recording stuff like that. I'm like this. I'm like, "Okay, cool. I've been following this shit. Okay, I've been following it." And I'm like, "When that video gonna drop?" Because I'm just like, it will be kind of crazy if it dropped on the 4th of July. And I was sitting thinking like, "Well, what's after 4th of July?" He ain't waiting until the anniversary of the March on Washington. He gonna do that. So when's he gonna drop it? So July 4th, he dropped it. And you know what I'm mad at? I'm mad that you sent it to me. You was like, "Hey, the video's out." And I'm just like, I
didn't even say that. I just sent you the link. Just text you the link.
Let me tell you something, y'all.
I didn't say anything.
Let me tell you something, y'all. By the time y'all hearing this,
I really don't know if you should tell them this because I know what you're about to say.
I've watched that video 25 times. Because you know people talk about, I watched it 1,000 times, a million times. I'm talking about legitimately
watched it
from front to back. I watched that thing 25
I thought he
times.
was trying to make sure it got to a certain number of all on his own. That's how
I have to. I was telling Lisa, I said, "Look, that thing going to hit 12 million by 9 o'clock the next morning."
He was correct,
and I was right. And then I said 15 million by noon. I was short. Because it was at 14,500,000 at noon.
Wow, that you still have that.
Yeah,
metric.
So I was like, my God. But yo, it's one thing hearing the disc, because we heard Not Like Us already. That song was actually kind of old.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing it in video form, seeing it visually.
I think that it really is not like it having a video in and of itself. It is like a cultural touchstone, if you will. It really embodied how in tune, even if you are gone for a while, how you can still be in tune with your city, your culture, just honestly the way that the inner workings of hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what all of this came down to. I've seen so many comments about how he gonna have his biracial baby mama in the video, and he talking about Drake being biracial. Now, listen, let me tell you something. He did mention it. This is the thing. I can't speak for this man because I'm not in his head, but I don't know how many times I have to see people disputing this on the internet to just. It don't have nothing to do with the fact that this man is biracial. It has everything to do with the fact that this man is not in touch with hip-hop culture. He's not in touch with himself for real. Because when you have to run around constantly changing your identity and your rap style and everything, like the way you deliver a rhyme, the way that your cadence, the type of songs you're making, don't. Some of it is keeping up with what's hot because you're trying to remain relevant. Some of it is because you really you have not forged an identity for yourself. And most people, artistically, are going to be in that space where you're just like, I'm trying to find my niche. You're not trying to find your niche after being in the game for I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Drake been in this joint for a minute.
It's been a while. You know what? It is 15 years because his mixtape, the first mixtape I remember playing for you, came out the year my son was born.
09.
So it has been at least 15 years. And you have been at least 5 other rappers.
I think it came out in 2012, right?
I can't remember.
I think it's the only Drake out of my head.
And I just, like, I was with it when he first came out and he was just trying to find his footing. And it just, I don't know, after a while, sometimes you just don't be with somebody's stuff anymore. Like, there are people who I've been huge fans of. They put out a project and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, it's a decent project, but it's not my favorite kind of thing. But you lost me after a while. I'm not going out to the club no more. You making going out to the club stuff. That's not my wave. You're not making music for me no more. Whatever. That's fine. But please don't come out here trying to act like you are one of the lyrical giants. Aubrey, stop yourself while you're ahead. That was the one thing about this where I was just like, if we're going to be going like head to head, lyric for lyric, then he's not going to win that. If we gotta go with an actual song, the way songs presented, maybe you have a chance. But that's not gonna happen. But also, I just want to know why he don't have nobody in his team to tell him that some of the shit you're saying, why this man is pulling receipts and pulling your card and talking about how you're not really in touch with the culture, but you are dead set on making American slave references. I don't understand this. That was one of the things I was just like, bro, stop while you ahead.
Listen.
Please. I mean that shit. You rapping like you trying to free the slaves? No. Like,
listen, Drake has been very problematic, and I have learned this also that when it comes to problematic, when it comes to these kids, as I'm calling them, when it comes to look, it's almost to the point like, you know, take your girl Drake. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
I'm just like, I'm like, man, this man really like read up on Drake. I'm like, this really shady motherfucker here.
Now, this is the thing, right? Yeah. That's, again, like I said previously, I checked out after the freestyle where he had the AI Tupac and Snoop Dogg, because I felt like that was Drake.
Yeah.
Whoever helped you write the first one was y'all was going, but then I feel like that corny shit, that was Drake. You can't tell me. Maybe, you know what? I can't say that. You might have some yes men on your team who told you, "Oh, this is going to slap." It was not. It was not going to slap. It didn't. That was weird.
Yeah.
And that's where I personally checked out. Excuse me. But to come onto a song talking about, oh, I'm too famous to be a pedophile, and sir, what we not going to do in the time of people being revealed for all of their sins is talk about somebody is too famous to be a pedophile and we would know. We do. We did.
Well, look.
We know that you were having inappropriate conversations or relationships, whether they're romantic or platonic, with people who are minors, and who you should not have been having these conversations with.
Listen. That's why this video came out. Bruh, she shut the game down. You thought Drake was dead already? Let me tell you something. Remember how it Don't Be a Menace to Society about Drake used to hood? And they said that it looked like Don't need to stomp. As they going around the circle, they stomp that man to the ground. That's what happened here. So
I like this. I will say, just off top, I like the, I'm not gonna say subtlety, because there was no subtlety.
What? Okay.
I mean, okay, the nuances of this video.
Boy.
Because hopscotching through the A minor.
Yes,
Come on.
It's how you have a group of kids saying it too. I mean, let me tell you. First of all, there is so many. Like I said, not only I didn't start watching Easter egg stuff or try to find breakdowns until I watched it for the 14th time. Because look, I want y'all to know this, because remember, this is a Nerd Coalition channel, right? This is a Nerdgasm Talk podcast. I do this with Saul. I do this with Marvel movies. I do this with DC. I do superhero shit. I do this with horror trilogies going. This is what I like to do.
He wants the breakdown.
So I try to find where I can find myself, and I try to match with other people's opinions, stuff like that too. When first of all, it was dope beginning because we got a snippet of something new that's about to come out from Kendrick at the beginning, and I was just like, "Wake up to the broccoli." What is that about to be about?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that part of all of this, is because he gonna put out some new music.
8/8/2024.
And listen, also another thing, this is not just about Kendrick. I know we in the microwave generation, but no, it's not normal for people to be putting out an album every 6 months. Y'all gonna get tired of hearing it. Quality over quantity, people. I don't want to hear every single song you made. Everything is not supposed to come off the cutting room floor. Okay? Don't give me an album with 20 songs year after year. Because I guarantee you, a lot of them songs are bullshit.
Well, he teased in the video of when that album's supposed to drop. So August 8th, 2024. Just keep your eyes open.
Okay.
So we had in the video, so not only did we shout out to Tommy the Clown for that is a clown from over there.
Yes, the crumping. And that's because I saw people, why he got a clown in the video? If you're going to say something, at least know what the fuck you're talking about before you open your mouth. The internet, it's just too open. Because y'all just able to say whatever y'all want.
So, not only dropping on July 4th, the uniforms. I love how, they had the red, white, and blue uniforms, but they also had the bandana belts of the red and blue.
The red and blue.
Tied together like that.
I'll be honest with you. I did not perceive it as red, white, and blue. I perceived it as red and blue because of the Crips and Bloods.
Obviously. But you look at it that way. You could throw some white in there because it's July 4th.
I know.
Yeah. I get it, but
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying from my first perceptions, I was like, oh, red and blue.
Yeah.
Gang unity.
They
I roll my eyes.
So, a lot of things that I told my wife that I liked about the things. A couple things that stood out in the video to me when I first saw it that I didn't even need the Easter eggs on. And one of my favorite parts of the video is the whole Fan Matters reference. When Drake gets sucked up by the boogeyman. I love that shit. Kendrick is out there in the dark. He got the it's the headlights out there. You see somebody with a Compton hat on, all black. He just over there getting crunk right there on the side. The crib walking all that. And then you see somebody up in the shiesty coming up behind him. And then he just and Kendrick is standing right there. He just gets sucked back by the boogeyman, right? And so it's amazing because Drake had that scene. And there was that scene in his Fan Matters music video that he had, and Kendrick replicated that whole scene again. And then there was the album cover that Drake had a shiesty. I don't know why he was wearing that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Really? Am I educating you on something?
If you are right now, I've been engrossed in school. I was not going down the wormhole, as you like to call it, while this was happening.
Because it's on Drake's Dark Lane demo tapes. He has this shiesty mask, on. So they had that.
I hate it here.
This light skin dude with that shit coming up behind Kendrick, and he just getting sucked up. And I can call because he talk about the boogeyman. He gets sucked up by it. That's one of my favorite scenes in the music video. And then along with that, it's the Cell Block 1 scene. Mm-hmm. Okay, see, I like that because it first of all, Kendrick dropped again 50, right? Because he talked about that in the push-up song. Mm-hmm. And not only that.
Oh, because there was a video of Kendrick out here just bare knuckle doing push-ups. Yeah. Like he was in. I'm like, sir, are you okay? You in jail? Like, what's going on?
But in the song, Drake also talked about something that you had my picture on your wall, right? He in the video, he got the picture on the floor turned backwards, right? I was just like, this Kendrick is on some diabolical shit right now, right?
Oh
I'm sitting, look, I'm like, I said, it feels good. It feels good that when you are like I said, you like hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I may not love it as much as my wife does, but I'm just like, I'm following the whole battle. I never followed the whole rap beat before.
You feel like you're an insider?
Yes!
You feel like Drake?
No, stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Even though, I ain't gonna lie, I like some Drake. There's some records that Drake do.
I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, there's no Drake records I've never listened to any of his records. If
somebody was to steal my phone right now, they will see that I got the whole Pimp a Butterfly album on there.
I mean, I feel like, as much as that sounds crazy, that's kind of what this whole thing is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like an outsider, and it's like, oh, I finally got an in.
Yeah.
Hence the verse about Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's true. It's true. Because Atlanta is the hip hop mecca right now. And y'all, you running down there. Whenever you need a hit and you need to feel relevant within the hip hop community.
Yeah.
Here you come.
Well, oh God, first of all, that whole section right there, even before the video came out, that's probably one of my favorite parts of the song. Is this when he is talking about how Drake got all his other shit from these other rappers. Right. From Future, from Quavo,
Jesus Christ.
From 21 Savage to 2 Chainz, you know, so all them stuff like that. That whole section I'm feeling. They put I think I made DeMar DeRozan in the video, right? Hey yo, for those who don't know,
that is very funny.
For those who don't know basketball, that's one thing I can't talk about. For those who don't know basketball, DeMar played for Toronto.
He sure did.
Yeah, him and Kyle Lowry was up there.
So that means that he was there when Drake was over there drawing.
Yes.
Being a groupie.
Smiling on his motherfucking players.
Smiling in everybody's face.
And faces of that. And then DeMar they got rid of DeMar. That's when he went Kawhi. And they won a championship there. But DeMar was in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. And then now, DeMar came there with a power concert. And it's funny, DeMar just went to the Kings.
I saw he got traded to the Kings.
I'm about to say, yo, bro, after this video, he go to the Clippers or the Lakers. I said he going somewhere in California.
Somewhere back over there in the Bay.
He gonna be somewhere in California. So he went to Sacramento. So I was just like, okay.
He went to the Kings.
And it happened when in the scene in the video when he was behind all these shipment containers, right? Mm-hmm. And now once again, there's been a lot of confusion about what the shipment containers can mean, but also it could mean a thing of child trafficking.
It could mean that, but I was thinking, is this a place over there that is familiar to him? Like, you know how there are certain shots of Philly that we see when we're like, I know where that's at. And it's like, to other people, it has no significance. Yeah. But you would be like, I know exactly where that mural is, or I know where that mosaic down South Street is. Yeah. Or, I was like, I don't know if that's a thing that is familiar to folks who are from over there, or if it meant something more. And it could be either one, or it could be both.
It could be. It's just that Kendrick is so.
Everything here was done with a purpose.
Yeah, it's like he's so meticulous with everything. He just like everything's with a fine tooth comb. Like he made sure he went through this. I said, I'm gonna listen to everything you said about Drake. Every fucking thing you said.
I'm throwing it in this video.
And I'm throwing it in this fucking video. And the same thing also when we got to the 8 minor part and then he does the hopscotch.
I thought that's everybody's favorite scene from this video.
Oh yeah, I said that is
diabolical.
That is diabolical and that is disgusting and I loved it. Then there's he got a lot of people from LA all
then you then you pan out and it's just Compton. Just Compton.
Straight in the Compton. Street. In the street, I'm just like, look, the power that man has just to bring this city.
When you are tapped in.
When you are tapped in.
Culture.
You are right. When you are absolutely tapped into that, everything is coming together for that. And then they had him whopping the OVO Pinata, the Al Pinata, right?
I want to know who got the order for that. Somebody had to make that. They was like, what the fuck is this for?
And The disclaimer that no OV hoes were harmed during the making of this video had me in tears.
Somebody say OV ho.
It had me in tears. And then there was the shot that everybody's talking about, obviously, when it comes to having his fiancee Whitney and their kids in the shot, where it's kind of like the camera pans out and they give that like old farmer shot. You remember that old picture of the farmer shot? And it's just like, with the wife just looking over him like this, like that. But that's like the for some reason trademark picture. For some reason, it's like they was giving that, and then they was just in their living room just crumping.
They were dancing.
Yeah.
They were giving us a couple walks.
Oh, so you can't say C or B, right?
I don't know. I don't know who y'all affiliated with. They was giving us some walks.
Yeah, and look, and there has been, now once again, you have been listening to Kendrick since
a very long time.
For a very long time. And one thing I know about Kendrick from the things I listen to is that he has been very open about, wearing his emotions on his sleeve and being open about some of that. Have there been problems?
It sounds like there were. He addressed some of that in the last album, that there were issues with them. You talk about the Miss Morale? Yeah, he had issues. Like, they've had issues within their relationship. They're still supposedly engaged. Now, listen, I don't know if anybody has actually went and looked. I'm like, are y'all sure they still just engaged? Do you know how many people be like, we engaged, it's my fiance, it's whatever, but they never tell you they got married? And I don't mean just family people, just in everyday life. I don't know. It's just, and if they are, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe it's a reason why they didn't want to get married. Maybe they already did. Who knows? I don't know. It was a lot of mudslinging happening here, and the accusations that were flown. And I was just like, ayo, talking about how his manager is probably the dad of his son, and why he won't marry that girl.
Which, by the way,
beating on her.
You're talking about Dave Free, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The person who co-directed the video.
Yes.
I'm just like, y'all are just. I don't like that shit. That's me personally. I don't like this shit.
Well, Drake called him out on that, and
No, I'm talking about. If we rapping, we rappity rapping, we can rappity rap at each other. I don't have to. None of us have to have anything to do with my family, and my kids, my wife, my kids, my whoever. Keep that shit to yourself. However, I mean, you want to start throwing shots, and then somebody throw shots back. Then, I mean, you get what you get. So. I mean, you want to talk all that shit? We got Meet the Grams. I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, bruh, who's more of a disappointment? I'm just saying. At least his kids know they daddy, or knew their daddy from the jump. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, having her in the video with the kids, I was like, whoo.
That was wild.
Whoo.
That was wild.
I said, it's like everything that is like Drake had a handful of sand, right? And everything that he was holding on to,
and it just went through the fingers.
It just goes through the fingers. It's like there's no, as the more water kept going, as there was nothing left. As there was nothing left. It does. And then we get to.
Sorry.
I know we're going out of order here, but then we get to the end, right? Where Kendrick is looking, the owl is looking at Kendrick, right? Mm-hmm. But you, it's just like the owl is looking at him, and you can't see the bars. And then when he walks away, you see his thing is in a cage.
It's in a cage. Listen, I can't take credit for this because I didn't say it, but I know I was on the Music Sermon page and it first came out, and they was talking about, they posted a still of the owl in the cage, and somebody was like, "Oh, the owl in the cage took me out." And Naima, the lady who runs Music Sermon, was like, I was over on Twitter, and somebody was like, would Drake know why that bird sings? And I was just like, please. It's like, bro, that's petty as fuck, but hilarious. Hey, would you know why the cage bird sings? Do you know who wrote why the cage bird sings?
No, that man is caged under his supervision as he walked off.
That is so fucking hilarious.
And I was just like,
and a lot of people was just like, the bird's in a cage because, you know, you're not hot shit like you think you are. Some people was like, the bird is in jail, like you gonna be. And I was like, y'all doing the most.
When it came to the owl in the cage, I see
so many things.
So many
y'all
things.
Be pulling, like, some stuff I'm like, alright, Stretch Armstrong. Because y'all just be going with anything.
But I think that's the purpose of it, though.
I know. It's meant to evoke that. It's just, it was just funny. I was like, y'all going crazy off this owl in this cage.
You know, and after the video, now, once again, I don't know if this party happened after the video drop. I don't know that. The one he was at that the all white party. Oh,
and yeah, that all white party. I think was it the same day?
I don't know.
I think it was the same day.
Because what was it, Michael Rubin?
Michael Rubin.
Yeah. Jay took a picture with that man, and that man looked stressed.
Everybody in that picture looked dead behind us. Michael Rubin. I'm like, bro, you alright? Every time I see the pictures of him, he just be looking spaced out. But Drake looked like he aged a little bit. He looked. Somebody said sleeping but not resting
at all.
I said, whoa.
So there are some videos out there.
Sleeping but not resting is crazy.
There are some videos out there of whatever event Drake is at, or if it's one of his concerts, stuff like that, and people be singing this song to him, and he be getting upset, like, or like he about to cry about it. This thing is wearing his ass out.
It is. You know what? Because I really think that he thought if anybody was going to come out with a radio play, song, and video, it was going to be him. But he beat him to the punch. Once I saw old black ladies making line dances to Not Like Us, I was like, oh, it's over. We have moved beyond this battle.
When Drake had that interview, oh God, what was that guy's name that used to be on ESPN? Drake. Guys, it's gonna bother me. Drake did an interview talk about Kendrick's music. He was like, yeah.
Is he the one who usually does stuff with hip hop artists?
He's a bald guy.
Scott Van Pelt?
Then it could be his name. He from Compton?
Don't get me wrong. Is he? I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna look him up because I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's who it is. But go ahead.
Yeah, and Drake was talking to him, and he was like, you know, like, Kid Out first was Scott, but I'd be like, could you tell me the first? I mean, but it's like, it's cool. He does stuff when it's cool, like it's good for a minute, but then it's like, all right, but can you tell me what the first verse of that song is?
What? That's
what the interview was with Jay was talking about Kendrick's music.
Talking about, can you tell me what the first verse of what song is?
It doesn't matter. As I say, whatever song that came out that I think Kendrick did like a little friendly jab at Drake. This years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was back when Drake was still looking normal. Stop. You know, he decided to see Kendrick fight his day. Everything was cool. He said, but you know, he said that
this man?
No, what's the black guy I'm talking about?
Oh, the black guy.
Yeah.
Oh no. I thought you were talking about somebody else.
No, but he was referencing that, you know, Kendrick don't be making no bops and like that for people to remember by. So he can say whatever he want to say and make little jazz me, but ain't nobody gonna remember it.
Baby,
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
This whole battle started because because J. Cole was just like, but Big Three, hey, we're all friends. Not realizing that Kendrick really hate the way that he talked, hate the way that he walked, hate the way he dressed. He hate that man. And that, are you going to remember that verse from that song? My man came out after being gone for 5 years, as everybody likes to point out, said his little piece and left. And you started a whole battle with this man. J. Cole bowed out gracefully. He said, I'm going to take my song down. I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to head out. Y'all have a good one. Because
and
I would have hated to see North Carolina be involved in the slaughter of this video.
I hope this is the song of the year 2024. I hope this guy win a Grammy for it and throw it in Drake's face. I don't care.
I feel like he'll just use it. Oh, y'all just love giving him
So,
bro.
who?
Hush.
Kendrick? They love giving Kendrick Grammys?
You see my face? Listen, as you've seen, even people who were not necessarily Kendrick fans are just like, all right, bro, like, wave the white flag, concede defeat. But there are still some fans. They still out there.
Mm-hmm. Dovey hoes.
Literally in everything you could possibly think of, they'll reach into the sky and come up with some wild ass conspiracy. It's going to be anything that happens after this. They'll try and turn into something else. That's just the way it is. I don't know. He beat this man ass with this video.
Y'all need to go see.
He beat him over the head with this video.
He did. Y'all need to see. Y'all.
Calling that man a colonizer, not your colleague, a colonizer on 4th of July is wild.
It's wild. It really is. And right now, Drake just lost.
And having a concert full of Black Joy on Juneteenth.
If this
wild.
If this gets me a step closer to mixtape Drake or Thinking Drake, then I'm happy with it. If this makes like
if it makes him get back in his bag.
Yeah. If that happens, because like I said, because there are things of Drake that I do like. And hell, shit. I mean, look,
he makes some alright little club records. But I haven't listened to a full blown Drake album and like sat down and listened to it and really enjoyed it in a minute. That's just my personal opinion.
You're right. But I was saying, it's like, and once again, Drake, I know you got daddy issues.
He do.
I know you got identity issues.
Do.
And I know that the industry was clowning you when you first came out.
And I think he got identity issues that really don't have nothing to do with him being biracial. Because that was the thing that people be holding on to so hard from all of this. Like, this man, he feels like an outsider. And some of that may stem from the fact that he really didn't know, where he belonged growing up. I don't know that.
But I also think that...
However, but you are not from here. You are from Canada.
I mean, I forgot what somebody put in there. He said, I'm from Canada, but y'all got me... Y'all got me having a U.S. song. I forgot what somebody said.
Something slick, probably.
Yeah, but the thing is, the industry did not like Drake when he first came out.
No, because they associated him with being Jimmy from Degrassi.
I know,
and he been trying to shake that shit forever.
But I think that right there, because that man been in like, I'm gonna get y'all.
I gotta prove it. I have something to prove.
Yeah. So, and he been messing with all these motherfuckers. So I'm just saying, so Drake got that fuckboy attitude. He became at the top of the top, make the most money. Oh, I'm not saying he does make the most. I'm just saying,
but no, because he was voted like most popular or most streamed artist or some shit like that.
Yeah. Of
the decade. Like, I'm not going to deny that Drake, his star rose even after all of the stuff that was happening at the beginning of his career. It did. But I don't think that's not what he, in his heart of hearts, was looking for. He was looking for the approval of the hip hop community.
Yeah.
Like, you don't emulate people that everybody respect because you don't come out and emulate Fonte because you out here trying to get mainstream success. Mm-hmm. And y'all know I love Fonte. In my top 5, does not move. But he's not making mainstream hit songs. Mm-hmm. You don't come out and emulate Lil Wayne, and I mean early Lil Wayne, because you are out here trying to reach the masses. You want the approval of the people who respect these artists.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, like, come on. Mm-hmm.
So, listen, y'all.
You're not going and getting Knife Wonder beats because you are just like, I want to be on Q102. I'm just saying. Like, call a spade a spade.
But anyway.
Please stop.
But anyway, y'all.
That man he the Q102 king.
Go check out the video. It's for the
culture.
I'm
sure everybody has at this point.
Yeah. Do it again.
How many millions of views does this thing have?
Right
the
now,
fact that he got like 15 million views in 24 hours is crazy.
I have not been this, I guess, invested in a hip hop song since This Is America.
I don't know why that was. That's the benchmark for you.
No, I'm not. Because before I said I'm not, because right now it's sitting at 32 million views.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying that is like, oh, that's a great sale. So I'm saying that's what
I know what you mean.
And I was invested in it. I was just like, yo, I'm really like, y'all seeing this? Yeah. So that's I ain't about that, especially for something being a battle, like a diss song. Mm-hmm. We get diss verses. And we do get this songs, but I'm saying, but to be on this main shooter, I mean, hell, they were just talking about this show on Entertainment Tonight. They were talking about this shit on Entertainment Tonight, ABC 7, CNN.
Listen.
Was talking about this. I ain't never heard CNN talk about the takeover. Okay, I never.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're correct. This reached, I think this reached, that's why that man looked stressed. Because I think this got way more coverage and clout, quote unquote, than he was thinking it would. Hey, man.
So, yeah. Drake, bruh, just like it happened in the video, the boogeyman got you. Rest in peace.
Got you. You wildin'.